And then I can send that to you. Yeah. Okay. Recording.
So I would just say welcome, Angela, and welcome our special guest, Jack. Hi, Jack.
Yeah.
Hi, Jack. How old are you?
5.
5. All right. And Jack, Angela, you're Jack's mom.
Yeah.
And I asked you earlier on whether you wanted to come and do a live with us, and then you got back to me and said Jack did as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Jack did as well, because Jack loves doing this work. I'm one of your trainees, and I think I started doing this when Jack was very young. So Jack's been doing this. You've been doing this since you were about 1, haven't you?
Yeah, he's been doing energy therapy since 1. I've heard a lot about Jack and all the work that Jack's been doing. So I'm very impressed, Jack, very impressed indeed. And your mom, she's fabulous working with young people. Now, Jack, you wanted to say anything, Jack?
No.
What's the problem that's happened recently?
We're always sitting on my teddy.
It's when what happens to you when somebody touches your things? How do you feel when somebody touches your things?
Sad.
And what do you say? If mummy touched your cup and took a drink out of it, what would you say? Would you take a drink out of that cup after me?
No.
Why?
Because it has your mouth germs on.
Because it's got germs on. And if anybody touches your toys, could you play with that toy?
No.
Why?
Because somebody had touched it.
Because someone else has touched it. And what would you need to do to it?
Wipe it.
With what? A Dettol wipe. Yeah. So this is just been a couple of months really since being back at school.
Yeah, and I've no doubt a lot of children feel the same as Jack about this. Yeah, you know, he's become. In your little text, you told me he's become phobic of germs. Yeah, to put it in adult language, phobic of germs.
Yeah, and if you think when he started school, Jack's in year 1, so Jack started school in the September. In reception, and then the pandemic happened it started in January, February, didn't it? And then we were all locked down from March. So the first year of Jack's school has been this experience of wash your hands, we can't spread germs, you need to sit apart from each other, don't touch anybody else's stuff. And so, you know, I was waiting for it to manifest. I didn't know when it would happen, but I knew something would happen because it has to do with his age.
Absolutely, with his age, because they've young people such as Jack here are very vulnerable to those kinds of messages. However, Jack is very kind, because I don't want to keep him here for too long, because you know what children are like, they love playing and stuff like that. And he's fabulous having volunteered to come here. What I would say is he's volunteered for you to work with him with mindfulness based inner repatterning, because he wants to feel better, I think. Am I right?
Yeah, you want to feel better, don't you? When somebody touches your stuff, because that's leading, you can understand in a big family with 2 brothers, brothers think, I know how to wind Jack up.
Yes, I'd not thought about it from that angle, but now you put it across. Isn't that one of the things brothers and sisters do to each other?
Yes. So it can get quite uncontrollable at times.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So he wants to feel better, and obviously more, if I use adult language, more empowered, stronger. Yeah.
Yeah, you want to be strong, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm going to let you work with him, Angela. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to see whether if I turn my camera off, I disappear off of your screen. Yeah, so
Yeah.
that it would be you two demonstrating that. So let me see if that will work. Yeah. You tell me if I disappear or whether an icon still stays there, because there's a setting we can put it in here to make me invisible. Yeah. So it's
Okay.
on screen. So you tell me whether a picture remains or whether I disappear completely.
Okay. There's a picture still remaining.
All right, so I'm going to put that back on. Have you got access to your control panel for a second, Angela?
Yeah.
Do you want to, there's a chevron next to the stop video, yeah? Little sign that goes like this, yeah?
Yeah.
Do you want to click on that and open the control panel up, go to video settings?
It won't let me because I'm live streaming.
All right, so we'll do it as it is, yeah?
Yeah, do it.
I'll invisible myself.
Okay, just invisible yourself.
Yeah. But what I'll do is I'll let you work with Jack in a very beautiful way. Yeah. So,
okay.
Jack, are you ready for this? Yeah.
Are you ready? Okay, so you know how to do this with close your eyes. Close your eyes, nice and soft and relaxed, and tap on here with your hand. Can you tap there with your hand? Tap on that point with your hand. And now I want you to think about when somebody has taken a drink or touched your toy, how do you feel? So just eyes nice and soft. Think about how does that make you feel when you think you might have to touch something that somebody else has already touched. And just breathe. You don't need to tell me any answers. Just think, where do you feel that in your body? Can you feel a funny feeling in your body anywhere? Where is it?
Yeah.
In your heart? Yeah. Okay. So what I want you to imagine is, can you imagine this funny feeling in your body? Imagine it as a character. As somebody from a film or somebody from a cartoon. Okay, can you do that? This feeling in your body? Yeah, you got it. Okay, so just let it be there, this feeling about when somebody else has touched your stuff and you might have to play with it. And just know that this is this feeling in your body now. And when you're ready, I want you to imagine taking this character and putting it outside of you, outside of this house. Just imagine picking it up and throwing it outside of this house.
Done.
Have you done it? Okay. So keep your eyes nice and soft. Just relax your face, relax all your muscles in the face and just breathe. And now, what I want you to do is think, if there was a colour that could help you to feel better, what colour comes into your mind? Blue. Put your hand on your heart now, and I'll put my hand on you and help you. And I want you to imagine now, breathing in blue, and the blue comes from Mummy's hand into your hand. Take some nice deep breaths. Just relax. And even if you can't see it, just know that this blue is filling up every single cell of your body, and it's helping your body to let go of this in the perfect way for you. It's helping your body to let go of this, let go of that character, let go of that feeling, and it's helping you to feel better. Breathe it all through your body now. Yeah. Is it done?
Done.
Okay. So now you can open your eyes for a second. We'll see if Tania wants to ask us any questions before we try again.
No, I'm just, it's very beautiful to watch. Absolutely lovely. No, I'll let you go for it again there, Angela. It's bringing little tears of joy to my eyes.
Oh.
Lovely. Absolutely lovely. Thank you, Jack.
Just close your eyes again. And now think about somebody touching your toys. And how does it make you feel? Or do you have any pictures in your mind? Or can you have you got a picture in your mind? What's your picture of?
Rory sitting on my teddies.
Rory sitting on your teddies. Okay. So keep your eyes nice and soft. Do you want Mummy to tap for you? Okay, I'm just going to tap here. Keep your eyes nice and soft. And then what I want you to imagine is breathing that picture of Rory sitting on your teddies. Breathe it outside of this house. Have you done it?
Yeah.
Okay. And have you got any pictures left in your head when you think about somebody touching your stuff? You think about somebody touching your stuff now, does anything else come into your mind? Can you remember anybody's words?
I remember somebody touching it.
You remember somebody touching it? Who do you remember touching it?
But it's not Teddy.
It's not Teddy's. What is it? Is it something different?
One.
A wand. Somebody touched your wand. Okay. Keep your eyes nice and soft. Is it a picture in your head? Yeah. Keep your eyes nice and soft. Now imagine breathing that picture of somebody touching your wand. Breathe it outside of this house. You can even imagine catapulting it or throwing it outside of this house.
Yeah.
Have you done that? Okay. How do you feel now? Happier? Okay, so we're going to put your hand on your heart and I'll put my hand on your heart. Okay. When you're ready, think of a colour that can help you to feel better in the perfect way for you. Any colour. The first one is the right one. Light blue. So all you need to do now is breathe this light blue from Mummy's hand into your hand, into your heart, through every single cell of your body, all the way through your head, through your face, down your neck, across your shoulders, down into your tiny little fingers, all the way down your body.
That's all with my breath.
It's okay, you can use more than one breath. You can use many breaths, you don't have to do it all in one. Just breathe nice and soft. It should feel good, not hard. Just imagine yourself glowing in blue, glowing up light blue.
Can I just go and get something?
What do you need to get? What?
Something that is blue.
Yeah, you can go and get something that's blue. Okay.
That's absolutely beautiful. There's a beauty with children, isn't there, Angela?
There is. And I like how he needs a visual of blue. I don't know what he's going to bring. Oh, close that door.
Absolutely perfect young child, just being a child, just being in such a beautiful way. Oh, and that's a lovely shade of blue, isn't it?
He's got, this is blue glass and we put water in it and we put it in the sun for an hour. It's called solarized water and it helps you to take bad thoughts away. So he does this himself. So you want to get the bottle to drink it?
No, I want to get your one.
Okay. Do you feel better now though? So when you think about somebody touching your stuff now, do you get any bad feelings? A little bit. So close your eyes. If there was one more colour that could help those bad feelings to disappear, what colour would it be? The first one that comes to your mind.
Red.
Red. Okay. So just breathe this red in. As you breathe, just breathe nice and gently. You don't have to hold your breath. You don't have to try to force your breath. Just nice and softly. And imagine this red coming in from my hand, and it goes straight into your heart. And all you need to do is breathe nice and softly. And this red moves through every single cell of your body, all the way from your head, right down to your toes.
That's all of my one breath.
Is that it? How do you feel now?
Good.
Have you got any bad feelings? No? Promise? You'll tell me later anyway, won't you?
Would your water not fit in mine?
Not together, no. There we go. I think we're done.
I think we're done. I think he needs to play.
Yes. Go on, you can go and play now. Go close Rory's door for me.
Thank you, Jack. Thank you.
He's got-
He is such a lovely little character, isn't he?
He is a character.
Oh, absolutely. It's lovely. Very pure indeed.
Yeah.
Such a beautiful way. But that was actually a very beautiful rendition of working with children in such a natural, what would I call it, utilization way.
Yeah.
You know.
I've worked with children for a long time before this, and I think when you're working with them, you do have to set the expectation that you might only get 2 minutes to do this.
Yeah.
But it's just as powerful.
Absolutely, because you're kind of working in alignment with how the youngster functions, you know, and kids can learn incredibly rapidly, can't they? Or they can relearn something incredibly rapidly, you know, in that early years of life. And they're phenomenal, aren't they? Mm-hmm.
They are. I'm just so pleased to have these skills for my children. Because I hear them talking sometimes, and my husband was saying something because he's not of our mindset. My son was saying to him, but meditation's really good and tapping's really good. It can help you release your emotions. I'm thinking, yes, they've got that for life.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you've influenced them in the early years, it's very empowering, isn't it, really, to have tools that they can use to empower themselves. And because you brought it to him so young, Angela, I think, you know, that, like you say, it's a life lesson. He'll know automatically how to deal with things as he goes through life. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he does. He's got a little altar in his bedroom with solar water, crystals.
You know, it's important to do this, really, if you think about it, because, you know, you're the mother here, and it's important that you pass on your knowledge in life to your child, because if you don't do that, with all the things you've learned, other people will do that, and they might not like what they teach.
Yes.
I want to stay in all of the parts.
Oh, you want to stay on all of the parts? Okay.
All right. Well, it's lovely to have him back. Yeah. Thank you very much, Jack, for that as well. So you're going to do some good stuff today? Yeah. Did you like working with Mummy just now?
Yeah.
Was it nice?
Yeah.
And how do you feel now? Do you feel strong or not?
Strong.
You look it. All right. So thank you very much. Is there anything else you'd like to say there, Angela? Yeah.
No, just I feel the same. I think it's just so important to give children these tools, because if we don't, then they're just going to get led by other people who don't necessarily have this emotional intelligence or understanding that we have.
Yeah.
And even though it is difficult in family life to bring it in, because there's always someone to cook for or a mess to clean up.
Yeah, absolutely.
It is difficult, but if you could just make half an hour a week to do a tapping meditation, some MBIR, it's actually so easy and you get so much out of it, because you know, I always find about 10 minutes after this, after we finished, he'll come to me and he'll tell me something that I didn't know from school, something that's happened with his friends, and that happens with all of my boys. And it gives them the ability to be self-empowered and to know not to be hopeless or powerless in any situation, to know that they can change it.
Absolutely. And that's really, really key, because if you're looking at something, what's the root of, you know, disease and illness, it's really a lot of the roots of disease and illness are the feelings of helplessness, powerlessness, trapped, you know, which he now knows how to deal with that because he's strong. Yeah. And
Yeah.
he zoned away for a minute then. It was in dreamyland, I think.
Tired. Tired now, aren't you?
No.
No.
I also find techniques like this are very, you know, they're very heart-centered, which therefore means that we connect at that level in that beautiful way. You know, I think we become more intuitive. Many different benefits of this, and it's the connection. Like you say, your son, your children will open up to you because there's a heart connection, I think, that occurs when you do something like this.
Yeah, and it isn't about me. You know, before I knew this, I was a parent who, when there was a problem, I wanted to know the problem in every detail so that I could solve it. And really, I was projecting some of my own issues onto my children by doing that. And I know that I was. So now when I do this with my children, it isn't about me, it's about me holding the space for them to express what they need to, feel what they need to, without any judgment, without any of me trying to control what it is. It's for them. And I think they really do feel that connection, that genuine connection.
I mean, what you just said, if I were to put it in other words, you know, in counseling, they teach you non-conditional positive regard, isn't it? You know,
Yeah.
And that's that total non-conditional acceptance of the person. And, you know, instilling that kind of concept, they're very empowering that, you know, when you just accept it in such a beautiful way. And the thing is, we are self-healing. We have self-healing mechanisms, and all you did just now, in the most beautiful way, might I say, you facilitated that.
Yes.
Held the space for that in an absolutely lovely way, you know.
And because they're children, they don't have the barriers to it. So, you know, with my oldest child, my oldest son's 11 at high school, there was something going on the playground that he didn't like. And he was blaming, it was everybody else's fault, nothing to do with him. So I did this with him. And I said, we can change it. And he said, I can't change it. I just have to be on my own all playtime and not speak to anybody. That's what I have to do. And they said, no, we change it through doing this, through acknowledging how you feel. And I sat with him and I did MBIR. And he came home from school the very next day. And I said, how did it go on the playground? And he went, oh, you are a mind changer. It didn't happen today. Nobody spoke about it. And I wasn't on my own. And because they're seeing it without those barriers and walls that come over time that all those adults have to get rid of, it's just even more powerful.
I know one thing he said when he was on the playground.
What did he say?
He said some people got sweets for snacks from the shop near his school, and it's that big with sweets in, and he said they eat all of that for playtime.
Yeah, you can't stand people who aren't healthy. He's got a lot of black and white thinking, Niall, hasn't he?
But you that story really is a very powerful story, because there's one thing in therapy: once you put the blame outside of yourself, someone has to change for you to improve. You've got no power. You got no power to change anything. So once you might not like the situation, but once you are right, this is what this is, and you change you've got a lot of power. because the only thing you can change is you, isn't it, really?
Yeah, always. And so to be taught that from a young age, it's just incredible. I wish it had happened to me, but you know, I get to do it for this generation, and hopefully they'll bring it into their lives as adults.
Yeah. The thing is, though, that when we change ourselves, we send out all these very subtle signals, our energy fields, so we influence everything around us. So if you got true power,
Yeah,
you're like this. I don't know what's that, like a transmitter?
yeah,
They all pick it up through the hearts, don't they? So you're transmitting all this information. So if you've changed you're sending out a very different signal. And
yeah,
it's very subtle, you see, very subtle indeed.
yeah,
And very beautiful, you know.
yeah. Yeah, so it's wonderful. And you know, I haven't been into schools for a very long time because I really do believe it's heal the parent and the child will heal. Because as I was saying earlier, a lot of our stuff, when we don't know how to hold the space without judgment and we're still with our own issues, our children are affected by us. But I think with what's happened recently, and because I know how empowered my children are, I am going to go back into school next Tuesday for a group of a whole year group of children. I'll be teaching all at once, which I've never done before, because again, I've had this belief system that I should only work with a few people at a time, but I've tested it and I've worked with up to 62 people at a time, and it's still been effective. But these children are now going into high school from year 6, and they've had half the year off. They've had no transition into high school. They're worried about needing to wear masks. All these things that are playing on their minds, and there's this fear that's been pumped into them. I feel it's really important at that age to have these skills now. So I'm going to do it.
I think that's brilliant because, you know, I think we're going through a time where people are going to really need to know how to deal with stress on a constant basis, because this isn't past stress. This is ongoing stress, isn't it, really? So people are accumulating.
Yeah,
And unless they learn how to deal with that now, there comes a point when the body can only take so much of that. And
yeah,
that's a big concern. So, you know, and the thing is, you have worked with a lot of people. Now, that was very beautiful what you did. And techniques like this can be used with groups of people in a really nice way. It works like that. It's a very beautiful way. So I know you can do that.
yeah, it does. And I think we've come to a point in time where it doesn't matter if I teach the parents now. I think the parents are so stressed that they aren't going to be able to hold that space for the children because they haven't done enough work yet. They're just, if I teach parents who are, you know, completely unaware of our techniques, there's a lot of work to do, isn't there, to get to that. And so I think I'm just guided because I am at that balanced place that I can be the one to go into the children and teach them from that place of neutrality, really, rather than trying to teach the parents who are stressed, teach their children to de-stress, because it's hypocritical, isn't it?
Well, you're going straight to the child, and thing is, you're coming, like you said, from a neutral place, from a balanced place with that, but also from a very motivated place. And I think it is that time to step up, in a way, to step up, because, you know, you've got a lot of skills, Angela, you've got a lot of experience, and I think now is that time to really step into that situation and do the maximum good that you can here. It make a big difference, a big difference. I think that's for everyone out there. So a lot of people within the energy therapy field have a lot of skills that are so needed at this point in time. And even this little one here, Jack, he can help other kids as well, can't you? Because you know how to do that, don't you?
Yeah, you can teach.
I'll ask Jack a question. Do you ever do that with other children and show them how to do it?
Only one.
Only one? You've only had one client so far?
Who have you shown tapping to?
I forgot, but I only remember the number.
Did you? You might have shown Austin. You might have shown one of your friends.
Yeah. So what you look at is if you teach children young, they often will show others when they see a need for it with other children. So I think he will be able to help others when he thinks about it.
Yeah.
chooses to and thinks about it in a beautiful way.
Yeah.
Can I ask a question?
Ask a question.
And it's not about tapping.
Oh,
That's okay. That's
yeah,
okay.
go on.
How do you get these?
Oh, this is essential oil. You have to get it off Amazon, but sometimes we use these and we put it on our hands and we smell frankincense because that induces a meditative state.
Oh, they're all fabulous things. I have a lot of essential oils in my house.
Yeah.
Can I get one?
You can have one of mine, yeah.
No, I mean like, can I deliver one?
Yeah.
Well, with all of that being said, and his lovely curiosity there, I love essential oils. So thank you for asking that question, Jack. Now you've made me want to go and find mine in my house. So I'll say let's finish this now and let Jack go out to play. But thank you very much, Angela, for joining me here and going through that, because I think, like I said, this is an important time for protecting and looking after our young ones, but also ourselves as well. Very, very important for that. And thank you for showing how you can do it with a young child. And thank you, Jack, as well, for volunteering, coming on here. And now you are famous to this group. So just give him a wave. Bye-bye. Yeah, Jack? Your hand up so we can see. All right. So thank you very much. So if you finish there, that would be lovely. I think you've got the controls, Angela. Yeah.
Yeah, I will just